In a small village, there lived a boy named Arjun. He was exceptionally bright in his studies, and everyone admired his intelligence and sharp mind. However, Arjun had one major weakness. He didn't use his time wisely. Instead of focusing on productive activities, he spent his days playing with friends, gaming on his phone, and engaging in unnecessary chatter. Despite his parents' repeated efforts to make him understand the value of time, Arjun remained indifferent. He always thought, I have plenty of time. I'll do everything later. For now, let me enjoy life. One day, the annual exam results were announced, and to his shock, Arjun had scored far below expectations. The teachers who once praised him were now disappointed, and even his friends began to distance themselves from him. When he returned home, he saw the disappointment in his parents' eyes as they looked at his report card. Frustrated with himself but unsure how to change, Arjun decided to seek guidance from his grandfather, a respected and wise elder in the village. Sitting beside him that night, Arjun shared his concerns. Grandpa, I don't understand why I failed this time. I've always been a good student. His grandfather listened patiently and then smiled. My dear, the problem isn't that you lack intelligence. The problem is that you have taken time for granted. Time is precious. If used wisely, it leads to success. If wasted, it holds you back. Confused, Arjun asked, But Grandpa, we always have time, don't we? I can always do things later. His grandfather's expression grew serious. No, my son. Time is like a river. Once it flows past, it never returns. Let me tell you a story to help you understand its value. He then began his tale. A long time ago, there was a powerful king named Vikram. He possessed immense wealth, grand palaces, and countless servants. However, he had a bad habit. He wasted his time on trivial matters. He woke up late, spent hours with his friends instead of attending court, and constantly postponed his duties, thinking, I'll do it tomorrow. One day, a wise sage visited the king and said, Your Majesty, you have everything, yet you waste your most valuable treasure, time. If you don't use it wisely, you will regret it one day. The king laughed off the warning. I have plenty of time. I can do what I want, whenever I want. The sage shook his head and replied, Never take time lightly. It can ruin even the greatest of kings. Years passed, and the king grew old. His health deteriorated, his kingdom weakened, and his once loyal soldiers began losing battles. The people lost faith in their ruler. It was only then that the king realized he had squandered his time on meaningless pleasures. He tried to seek the sage's advice, but the sage had long disappeared. With deep regret, the king understood. No wealth or power could bring back lost time. In the end, he learned the hard way that time is the greatest treasure of all. Hearing the story, Arjun fell into deep thought. For the first time, he realized how much of his own precious time he had wasted. He looked at his grandfather and asked, Grandpa, is it too late for me to change? His grandfather smiled. Of course not, my son. The wheel of time never stops. If you start using your time wisely today, nothing can stop you from achieving success. But remember, never postpone anything to tomorrow. Do what you can today. From that day onward, Arjun resolved to change his habits. He created a daily routine, allocating time for every task. He began waking up early, focusing on his studies, and avoiding distractions. Gradually, his efforts paid off. In the next exam, he topped his class. Years later, he became a successful businessman, inspiring others with his disciplined lifestyle. His story became a testament to a simple truth. Using time wisely is the key to success.